Now, there is a big issue with sustainability. I think we have left the first phase of, if you want to call it a trend, probably not the best word, but it's definitely a trend. I think the term carbon footprint, you can read every day in every single page of every single newspaper. It can actually, I take a flight, do I want to offset my carbon footprint? But it has, in terms of materials, there are issues. So this second wave of sustainability in terms of materials and design is something that we're entering now. So you have these different types of sustainable materials. You have materials which use fillers, so wood pulp or paper, for example, shredded paper. There's fillers to kind of reduce the amount of virgin material that you need to make a product. The issue with that is that in terms of getting into the recycling stream, it can be problematic. You have the water-soluble plastics, which degrade, and if you put them in a lab, well, they kind of form carbon dioxide. I'm not sure, obviously, to what degree that is and how important that is, but that's an issue that people have been picking up on. And then biodegradability and compostability, and that fitting into the recycling stream, and if that gets caught in the recycling stream causes all sorts of problems for that. And then you've got the non-petroleum based kind of stuff, which causes the whole thing with resources and starch-based resources being an issue. So there is this incredible minefield. And then you've got recycled materials which have been reborn in another format. And what I'm interested in is this idea of meaning, because I think sustainability and materials, as I said, we've now left this first phase, which is, I specify a sustainable material, therefore I am sustainable. And as long as it says green on there, it's okay, because my customers are going to be really happy about buying this product. Whereas, customers are a lot more savvy now. Going back to this idea of meaning and how you can find sustainability in alternative kind of ways, which goes back to that stool and the mobile phone. I'm kind of more intrigued by these kinds of products or these kinds of issues. This is the biggest water brand in the world. I have to read this. Zenith International, who track developments in packaging, estimate that by 2011 the bottled water industry will reach 251 billion litres a year. Now, there is, in the UK at the moment, in the last 6 months, a huge number of stories that have come to press about plastic. This being one of them, about plastic bags, and what I'm interested in is that there was an article on this particular issue, and what the plastics industry is doing, obviously, to kind of make itself appear to be actively dealing with the issue. And this, I don't know if it was this particular brand, but they were looking into shape memory plastics, so plastics that hold a stiff shape under certain conditions, which means that you can use less material for the same kind of package, if you like. So you have, in this case, recycling and sustainability defined by stiffness. You have this, which is an open cell structure for some packaging, which reduces material usage. So it's not a sustainable material at all. It's just a piece of polypropylene mesh. And just to give you a kind of context for this was a project that I designed for this retailer in the UK. He wanted a box to put these, it's a bucket with cleaning products inside. And we said, well, you don't really, it's a huge, it's such a lot of air to package in a big cardboard box. Why don't we just make the box this big and just use a net to tie it all together, and you can see the product inside. So you have sustainability defined by an open mesh structure. You've got this, which is the Airbus 787 Dreamliner, which has 50% composite material. So you have lightweight as a driver for sustainability. And then in terms of tooling, Toolless Manufacturing and Max Lab, this is a really lovely project where he's kind of making impressions in sand and then pouring in the cast metal to then take out the stool. And then you have Nick Grant and Jonathan Chapman from the Inheritable Futures Laboratory at Brighton University in London, who are looking at sustainability and materials by creating products which have a value. So this is a mobile phone which uses a material which kind of wears away a little bit, but it has other functions which make you want to keep it. It kind of randomly records your voice when you're on the phone, so you have snippets of conversations that it builds up. And then disassembly and reuse, this is from them again, Inheritable Futures. A camera that is made, it's called the clamp camera. So you have all the various components just held together in a very mechanical way, which allows them all to be used in different ways, recycled. And then just to close off, another one, production abduction. Mass assembly equals an opportunity for mass customization. This is a designer called Kieran Jones who took IKEA furniture, he took that chair, and I think with very little intervention, I think maybe I'm not even sure if there were saw cuts, but he made the sledge, and then he took the coat hanger and made these toys. You know, so a very different angle on sustainability. So I'm going to close, because my time is up, with this image, and I love this product. This is, you've seen these things, right? You see them everywhere. And this was taken in a European city, I can't remember which one, but what I found really intriguing about it was that these guys who make these little things, they found the cardboard boxes to make this desk, which they can unfold, unpack, you know, it's sturdy, and then when they finish, you know, boom, and they can take it away. And there is a level of, you know, misreading, of interpretation, of meaning that they have done, you know, they have gone through in a way that is very intuitive, very natural, very uncontrived, no design, to create something which is, you know, has real value, I think. And I just want to finish with that we are in this, you know, it's not a trend, but we are in this kind of time of huge technological expansion, materials being part of that, and this fascination with materials in terms of design. I mean, you know, forget the rest of it, but just in terms of design, there is a huge, huge fascination with materials. And this, I think, slight over-dependence on new materials. You know, we want to use the new stuff because it's the most interesting, right? And it's natural. But it's, I think what I'm more interested in is the projects that give new meanings to maybe things that are not that interesting, but they're used in a very clever, relevant way. And that's my talk. Thank you very much.